Hey guys, it's Lily Pad Polish, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to create these very pretty pastel watercolor-ish nails. I don't really know what to call these, but I really like the way that this manicure turned out. It turned out so much better than I even thought. And this video is also partially a review on Nail Addict. So Nail Addict decided to send me some of their products to try out for today's video, and I'm so excited because I don't use gel polish that often on my channel, as you guys know, but I know a lot of you guys do, so I definitely wanted to try these out and test them out for you guys. And honestly, it was just an excuse for me to use some more gel polish because, as I said, I don't really use them that often, but they are so much fun to use, especially when creating a nail art like this. And Nail Addict was oh so kind to give me a discount code for you guys to use. So I actually have two for you guys because for the month of August, or the remaining few days, you can use the code LilyPad55 for over half off your order, or just on the regular you can just use LilyPad50. Once the month of August is over, you can still get a whole 50% off your order, which I think is a really good deal, especially for gel polishes because they tend to get a little pricey. So I'm really happy that they were so kind enough to give us a discount code. This is also a non-affiliate code, so I don't get anything back from it. This is just for you guys to use if you want to purchase some of their products and want to use a discount code. So all of the information for that will be in the description box below, as well as all of the links for all of the products that I'm going to be using in today's video. So if you guys want to know how I created this manicure, then just keep on watching. So to start off, I actually did go in with a regular base coat. So this is the Beauty Secrets base coat, and the only reason why I did this is because my nails were not in the best shape at this moment in time. So I didn't want to put on gel polish because I know that it would last a long time, and I wasn't looking for a manicure that lasts a really long time. So I went in with a regular base coat first so that the removal process would be a little bit easier for me. But I did end up going in, and you'll see this in a little bit, with their base coat, the Nail Addict base coat, once this was dry. So here it is. Here is the Nail Addict base coat. This is just a regular base coat. I just applied it over top of the regular nail polish base coat. And I did find that even though I applied a regular nail polish base coat, that my manicure did last a little bit longer than when I usually do an all regular nail polish manicure. So just an FYI, because it's a good little hack if you want your nails to last maybe like a week or so, but not like 2, you know what I mean, which is sort of what I was looking for to begin with. So it worked out pretty darn well, I think. But I did apply it over top of everything just like regular, and then I cured it with my Melody Susie LED lamp for 30 seconds as the bottle says. And then I went in with my nail polishes. So Zest Extra, which is this beautiful blue. This is like my favorite shade of blue. Like, I love this shade of blue. It's like a turquoise sort of Tiffany blue. But I applied this to my pointer fingernail, and as you can see, I don't know if you guys can tell through the video, but in person it is definitely a lot thicker than most of my other gel polishes. But I didn't find that the application process was really that much difficult, even though it was a little bit thicker. And then for the next polish, this is sort of like a nude-ish color, and it's called My BF Loves It. And I applied it to my middle finger and my ring fingernail. This is one of the sheer polishes. It's probably the sheerest out of the 4 that I use, but I kind of expected it because it is a nude polish, but it was completely pigmented by the, or not pigmented, completely covered by the second coat. So I don't mind doing a second coat. I usually do a second coat even when it's not needed, just because I like my manicure to feel a little bit thicker than just a one coat, if you know what I mean. So again, I'm just applying it to my ring fingernail. It does look like it is a little bit streaky, but I just went over it a couple more times, and once it was cured, you can't really see those lines. So again, it's just a little bit of a thicker formula than most gel polishes that I own anyway. And then for this really cute pink color, it's called Baby Rose, and I'm going to be applying that to my pinky fingernail. And this is a really pretty like bubblegum pink color. I really liked this, and all four of the gel polishes had like pretty much the same formula. And then off camera, I applied this lavender color called Breaking News, and then again I cured it for 30 seconds, and this is what it looked like with just one coat. And then off camera, I went in and did a second coat. I cured that for another 30 seconds, and then it was all good. It was all covered and it looked perfect. So I got some Post-its and applied the gel polishes on there so that we can go ahead and start with the nail art. So because I'm going to be doing it on the two nude colored nails, I only use the other three, which were the blue, purple, and pink. And then going in with my Born Pretty Store nail art brush, it's just sort of like a striper except a little bit shorter than your average striper. I went in with the purple first. So I just did like a little squiggly. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just like an S basically. So I did the initial shape of it, and then I would go back just to thicken it up and so that it looks like how I want it to look basically, and the thickness that I want it to be. And then once I did that, I did the same on the other nail, except I did it in a mirrored pattern, so a backwards S basically. And I did that for all of them. This first one I took my time with, and then the rest of them were pretty easy because you basically just use the guide of the first squiggle basically. But then once I was happy with the purple, I went in with the blue, and I'm actually not curing them in between because I did want it to sort of blend a little bit, not blend, but sort of like marble into one another. I really liked the look of that, so I didn't cure them. I just went in straight with the blue after the purple. And I'm basically just doing the same thing, just sort of tracing it alongside the purple. And I did it on opposite sides. I don't know why. I just was feeling the opposite sides. So yeah, and then finally I went in with the pink color. And I went in on the outside of this one. And again, just sort of tracing alongside the previous one. And at this point, because I have been doing this nail art for a couple of minutes now, you can probably start to see that the gel polishes are sort of going into one another, and that is totally okay, although I didn't exactly like the look of it at this point. So I did go in and I went in with my brush, a clean brush. I didn't have any of the polish, and I just sort of fixed up that line so it wasn't as I don't know, sort of like weird looking. I just wanted it to look more marbly as opposed to just sort of squabbly. Squabbly? Is that a word? You guys know what I mean. Anyway, I went in with my Twinkled Tea number 2 cleanup brush just to clean up around the cuticle area because that area did get a little bit sloppy when we were going in with the color. So I just wanted to round it out again so that it looks nice and clean. And of course, I did that for both my middle and ring fingernail. And then once I was happy with that, I again went in and cured it for another 30 seconds. And once that was all done, I was able to go in with the top coat. So this is actually a no wipe top coat. So if you guys know about gel, you know that most top coats require you to use some sort of like rubbing alcohol or something like that, so you can remove that tacky layer or that tacky finish that gel polish tends to leave. But because this is a no wipe top coat, after you cure this coat, you're basically all done. Your manicure is good to go. So again, I'm just applying an even coat of this all over my nails. And typically I do do 2 coats of top coat, but I didn't feel like it was necessary this time. I just did 1, and the glossiness was the perfect amount of glossiness in my opinion. I cured that for another 30 seconds, and then the manicure was complete. So I really like the way that this manicure turned out. It's like sort of marbly, but it gives me like 80s vibes, which sneak peek to the next video. I'm actually doing a part 2 to this manicure, so I added on some more designs onto this manicure to make it more of an 80s vibe, just because it was really giving me that like sort of look, especially with the colors that I used. I just really liked this manicure. I had it on my nails for at least 2 weeks because I just love them that much. They're just really simple but also sort of colorful at the same time. I don't know, I just really liked it, and I like the way that all of the colors looked together. I've been in a very pastel mood, even though we're going into fall now, which I'm super excited about. But anyway, I just really like this manicure. I hope that you guys did too. And again, as I said in the beginning of this video, if you are interested in purchasing any of these products or anything else that you might find on Nail Addict's website, you can use my code LilyPad55 for the remainder of this month of August for 50% off your order. Or you can use code LilyPad50 for 50% off your order after the month of August, so that code will still be valid. And that's basically all for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and again, stay tuned for part 2 of this manicure if you want to see an 80s sort of manicure. But yeah, thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one soon. Bye!